Welcome to another episode of Please Delete This.
Hold on.
I can't.
Go ahead, man.
Okay.
Yes.
You good?
Check.
Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right. Episode 274. What up, yo?
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Please Delete This. In the building, we have Darren.
Ben.
And we are joined by a really good friend of mine, Ben.
Break it down.
I've only known her for about a week. But she's a really good friend.
I must be a really good person.
She's so good, such a good person. Oh, no. We've been friends for some time. Our families have mutual friends between each other, and then we got to know each other. And of course, good people become good people in your lives. And now she is a good friend of ours. So I would like to welcome your friend and mine, Miss Erica Campbell.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Erica. How are you?
I'm great. It's past my bedtime, but I
was gonna
am
say, Starbucks
here.
is full effects.
I am here. I'm not even a coffee drinker, but I did what I had to do to be here. I had to drive about an hour and a half to get here.
come
Mad
on.
far. Mad far. Yo, you think you get off the highway and
Yeah.
a few more minutes? No. No, they need another highway.
And she lives far too. She lives like on the other side of EP.
I do.
Like,
What side?
Like past the bridge side, man. Like the construction side.
I do. Yep.
Ooh.
I always felt bad when I was telling her like, "Oh, you should come on the pod." I was like, "It's gonna be late now."
Yeah. Oof.
So I was like, "If you come, it would be around 9, and you're not gonna get home till like close to midnight." If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
She was like, "What? You guys talk for that long?" I was like, "No, but you got to drive home after."
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. But, it's worth the sacrifice, I hope.
Yeah. Let's have fun with it.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
So the reason why I invited Miss Erica on, because Miss Erica is doing this amazing thing. She's been doing it, I don't want to say since COVID.
Yes, since COVID. It was COVID inspired. So,
Yeah.
when we were isolated and living with masks.
Yeah,
COVID.
Miss Erica did a very, very dope thing, and that has blossomed into a very, very, very dope thing. She is the founder of the Mini Entrepreneurs of Rhode Island. So I'm gonna let her talk because I know I could talk, but I want her to explain exactly what it is. Tell us the genesis of it, how you came about. Give us all the deets.
Okay, so I could talk about this for a really long time, so
Oh, no.
stop me. If you have questions, I tend to ramble, just stop me. But Mini Entrepreneurs of Rhode Island was not intentional by any means necessary.
Okay.
It was COVID inspired. I was teaching from home. My kids were learning from home. My husband and I are blessed with 4 amazing boys. I got
God
2
bless.
bonus children. Yes, could not get that girl,
Boys.
but that's okay. We
Boys.
got 4.
Can't try for one.
No, we are all done.
Wife, you hear that? You hear
Yeah,
that?
my body cannot go through it again. But I have 2 bonus children, 21 and now 17,
Nice.
and a 9-year-old just turned 9 and a 6-year-old.
Hey.
And at the time, my younger boys were 4 and 2. And my 4-year-old was in pre-K, and he still had virtual learning.
Yeah.
So it was just a really challenging time during COVID. I mean, you guys know
Yeah.
everything that we endured. And I had said to myself, this schedule is insane. Like, we can't really go anywhere. We're kind of cooped up in our house. The teaching experience from home was absolutely crazy. So I just decided to expose my kids to a different learning style because we needed to do something different in our household. So one day my 4-year-old was like, "Mommy, can you just please buy me more monster trucks?" Mind you, he had like 60 monster trucks already. And I said, "How about you just buy yourself some?" And he was like, "How do I do that?" I said, "Well, become an entrepreneur." My husband is an entrepreneur himself, and I come from a family of entrepreneurs. I'm first generation in this country, but no shade to my family at all, but they couldn't take the time to invest in me when it came to teaching me entrepreneurship because they were, moved to this country, just put
Hustling,
their, hustle and put their head down and just did the work. So I, am here to do differently for my kids, right? So
do
decided to teach them about entrepreneurship, and it was a really great experience. So my son built what he called Bubba Snack Shack. We had family come in interval in different staggered times, and he just really gravitated to the experience so well. And he was like, "Can we do it again next year? Please, please, please." So I just decided to introduce it to the community, not really thinking that it would stick, didn't know people would bite. And rented a hall actually in Warwick.
Yep.
And we had 10 mini entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And 75 community members came out to support, and kids created all different types of products. And this is like quality products. Like, I'm not talking like your basic. Like, kids
not Cheerio
actually.
necklace.
No, there were no Cheerio necklaces there. They were real jewelry. But all different types of products. So what started off as a mini kids entrepreneur fair with 10, we now have 63 different businesses and 78 mini entrepreneurs. So the growth in the organization has been beautiful. Like I said, it was not intentional. It kind of just fell on my lap. And I knew that I had to do something greater with it. So we're now a nonprofit organization. We did not start off as that, obviously.
Right. Just like that.
Just like that. I'm like,
Here we are.
here we are. It's just kind of crazy how it's been growing. We have after school programs and summer camps and free of charge, by the way. Let me just say, summer camp is very expensive. And I, as a mom, know that. So I believe that there's funding in the community to cover the cost of summer camp for families. And we've been able to do that for the past 2 summers. And I pray that we can continue to sustain that. So summer camps, after school programs, the fair, and then mini pop-up events, which basically just really means we're connecting with other businesses and organizations in the community to offer more platforms for kids to continue to sell their products should they choose to try to sustain it over the year than just because the fair is annual. It's only once a year. So here we are.
So let me first applaud you.
Yes, indeed.
For
Thank
that
you.
idea turning into something that's beneficial to the community. So many questions off of that, but I have to start with, you said your child was 4 at the time?
Yes, he was 4.
How do you keep the attention
Bim, it's fun.
there enough
so
for even
Yeah.
the first thing?
Yeah. That was kind of my thought and my question when we first started, but it's not that hard because they're so engaged and eager into just like being hands-on. Kids at that age love being creative. They have a very creative mind. But if you give them autonomy and if you give them like a say, kids just want to be right. They just want to tell you what they're doing, right? They want to be heard. So through entrepreneurship, you're giving them voice and you're allowing them to be heard in a way that sometimes they feel like they can't be heard in schools because there's so many rules that they have to follow. Even at home with parenting, right? We're always telling them what to do, when to do it, how to do it. But through entrepreneurship, they're coming up with their own creative ideas and it's giving them a chance to express themselves. So he was like his little boss running the show, telling me what he wanted to do next, and I was his helper.
That makes sense, because when I watch like Master Chef Junior, I love that show. I cry. I'm one of those. So there's kids on there that's like 6 years old, and I'm like, wait a minute, the 6-year-olds that I know, you know, they eating what they found on the floor in the park or something like that. But these guys are doing challenges in front of Gordon Ramsay, and I'm like, oh wait, if you give them that opportunity, and you know they're blessed with that kind of talent or whatever thing that they love, they change out of being a kid almost. And
It's like when you nurture them. So I'll say that I was fortunate enough to be to see this from the ground level. Erica and my wife were really good friends, and all of a sudden I hear, oh, we're doing this again during COVID. Oh, we're doing this fair thing. You got to help us make T-shirts. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. She's like, yeah, we're gonna make tie-dye. She was talking to Carter. I think Carter at the time was like Bubba's age, like 4, which puts Kaiser at like 1. And it was like, okay, we're gonna make these shirts, and what should we do? And then that's how we came up with Black Boy Joy.
Right.
I love Black Boy Joy's T-shirts.
So
love it.
We were like, okay, for our business model, we're gonna put affirmations on the shirts. The boys were making it and doing it, and you know, for me, I was like, this is weird, but okay, it keeps them busy, not in my face. Cool. Just tell me what to do and where you need me to go. And cool. And then we get to like the venue the day of, and I see like these little like pop-up little tables of all these little kids. And then when I tell you like there are actual things, like there was color, I think the coloring book was the first year. There was like little jewelry thing, like, and I'm not like, yes, a kid made it, but with adult help. But these are things that they have thought of. Like the color book, I was really impressed by the coloring book. We made T-shirts, tie-dye T-shirts with the stuff, and there was somebody selling snacks, and yes, it is like a bit chaotic because again, these are kids, and they're running around, and of course, during this time, we're like, they should be wearing masks. Like,
I'm just thinking of the germs at that time.
You can't tell a kid to
It was
to
a
wear
little safer by the time we got to the actual fair.
But we still wear masks.
We wore masks.
I watched my son throw it on the ground and keep running. We're not supposed to keep it on. But again, during that time, this was like this is community.
Right.
Yes.
I was like, this is great. Right. Okay, cool. After that, cool. Erica was like, can you just play music? And I was like, of course, I'll donate my time. It's nothing. I'll pop a speaker and do whatever you want.
That's it.
Easy. And then that first year, I was like, this was really nice. Cool. Have fun. And then I hear like, we're going to do it again next year. And it went from being this little small thing in this little small like room, not small room, but like a good sized room, to like this huge venue. And I'm like, Erica, what have you done?
Busy.
What have you done? Last year was the second year was here. Now it's here. What do you?
Farm Fresh, Rhode Island.
Right.
Yeah, we went from 10 businesses to 30.
That's crazy.
Erica.
That's crazy.
What have you done?
That's crazy.
And what's really great to see is the way that people volunteer their time.
Right.
The way I feel like when you invest in kids, everybody's willing to invest in
Yes.
kids. Like everybody comes out like, this is my niece, my nephew, and then they're excited to talk to you about it. Of course, they're still kids, so they're running around not really paying attention. Like my kids do. They leave us constantly with the register.
The work, yeah.
But then they come back and we're like, okay, talk to them. Go ahead, do it. It's really, really great to see. So I definitely want to applaud you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. It is. It's really dope. And I just want to like talk about your kids' business and how impactful it is, though.
Yeah.
What's really dope about youth entrepreneurship is kids are really becoming inspired through other kids.
Yeah.
And that is what's so powerful for me. My son bought a comic book. You know, he's done his own like informational coloring books. He bought a comic book from like a 10-year-old. And he was really impressed by this young boy's comic book that he put together on his own. He took it home and he was like, yeah, this is going in my jaw of greatness.
Wow.
I was like, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And he was inspired by that young boy.
Yeah.
And for your kids in their T-shirt line, the positive affirmations that are on the T-shirts, like I kid you not, my boys probably have like 3 different T-shirts. One says fearless, one says courageous, the other says brave. That is the T-shirt that's like their go-to T-shirt. That's like the T-shirt they wear the most. And over the summertime, my 9-year-old, well now 9-year-old, he was really struggling with the transition from school to camp and didn't really want to go to camp because he didn't really know people. So he would wear his fearless shirt. And like there's so much power in language and just like putting that affirmation on their body. Like it mentally helped him, and it helped me too because I was like, Lord, like how am I gonna get my boy
to do this? And
like the T-shirts, I always go to those T-shirts when I need my boys to be brave, when I need them to be courageous. So like I love y'all's clothing brand. I love it. And I still wear the shirts. And every year I'm like, y'all making me a shirt with the word that I choose this year, right?
We make them for adults. And
it's a like, beautiful line.
It's the kids, I'll speak to, again, the kids. Okay, this is what you got to do. Yeah. This is your thing. So you got to put it on the heat press. You got to pop it down. You got to cut out it, do whatever you got to do. Or you got to make the tie-dye. Like, they have their little system, and it's them doing it. Yeah. And it really does teach entrepreneurship.
Yep.
And so that's, like, incredible. And to see where this has blossomed to, like, shout out to WBRU. You were there recently with Chip Doug and DJ Franchise.
Yes.
What up, gang?
And again, it's, like, just really great to see the community come out and get behind our youth.
Yes.
It's really, really important. So.
It is. And it's been great. Like when I first started this initiative, I didn't really know if people would attract to it.
Right.
I had no idea. And let me tell you, imposter syndrome was seriously knocking at my door because I doubted myself often. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, is this even going to really work? I don't really know if this is... Because it got to the point where I was like, all right, like I need to use my voice more and I need to step up because there are people in the community who are like, this is great. But I was afraid to bring it to the community on a larger scale because I just really didn't know if I was going to be successful. Would I fail at it?
Who
Would
would I
I
even talk to? All of that.
yeah, like you go through, but as an entrepreneur, like that's what we deal with. We deal with those fears, right? Like we're risk takers. And every risk that I have taken to grow the organization has paid back not to me but to the community. And I really have to shift my mindset and tell myself, this is bigger than me. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the community that I'm serving because there is a need out there, and like I am the person for this. There's so many different ways that we could talk about this, like entrepreneurship. I'm a really big believer that it helps every single person. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter your educational background. It doesn't matter what direction you're trying to go to in life. It does not matter. Like it really supports and develops your skills overall. And that's why I'm really big on teaching entrepreneurship to young kids, because I've grown myself in such a short time through my entrepreneurial journey that like just imagine kids who are really young.
Yeah, they're doing it from this young age, and by the time they get older, they already have a grasp of everything.
They already have a grasp, exactly.
And I'm gonna get nerdy. Sorry. The connection creatively, right? Ninja Turtles fans.
I love Ninja Turtles.
I do know of Ninja Turtles because of my boys. I can't say I
of
know
Ninja Turtles.
about them a lot.
Come on, it came out in.
But of course, I know Ninja Turtles.
In '88.
Yes, I know Ninja Turtles. Leonardo.
You know, the blue one.
I can name them.
the one with the
Michelangelo.
nunchucks.
So I came across a documentary. It came out in 2018, maybe, and it's about how the Ninja Turtles came about. Some guy, not even a guy, he's like 18. Some kid in Massachusetts gets on a bus to go somewhere, and some guy who just would create comic books with his boys, it got left behind somewhere. He saw it, wrote a letter to the guy to say, hey, I'm a fan of your work. They collaborated, and as they're doodling, they came up with the Turtles. And the rest is history.
It took that one person. That one person.
So these ripples that you keep throwing out there, who knows?
Yep.
So it's just that kind of connection, especially creatively, not through nepotism or through money or through it's my brain, your brain.
Right.
What's up? Like
Yep.
it's putting that good energy out there. I like this. I really like this.
Yeah, that's dope. Yep. Yep, it takes that one, and you never know who you're going to connect with and how you're going to grow.
Right.
And that's the beauty of collaborating, and entrepreneurship really invites that.
Absolutely.
Really does.
Yeah, and some people, make sure I don't go too.
Go ahead.
Because I like older. My favorite year, I think the year we peaked in America, and don't mean we can't come back, but I think in like 2015-ish, where you still had DVDs, but you still had an option to stream if you wanted to. Okay. There was social media, but not really posting as much. It was like a sweet spot. And I think at that time, there was more collaboration. There was more working together on certain stuff. And it kind of went individual as people became their own, quote, brands. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have collabs online, but what is that really? Like, what are we creating, or are we just copying? You know what I'm saying? So these kind of things where people at a young age are understanding, hey, I can do things differently my way and still involve other people. Right. I like that because it makes me optimistic.
Yes. And I think the involvement piece is so necessary in the direction that our society is going in, because post-COVID, as a former high school teacher, I see how social media directly impacts and affects our youth. It drives me crazy. Like, you're in class having to politely ask, can you take your earbuds out? Can you put your phone away? And now we're trying to come up with all these policies on how to get social media out of our classrooms.
Can we deviate for a second? Because I think this is so important. Sorry, I'm doing it.
Go ahead.
Because I have they're about to be twins, and my oldest is 18.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Well,
I always wanted twins.
You don't.
Well, I was just telling them they still ain't sleeping through the night. So, anyways, I'm like, damn, I'm a little nervous because my son, I can manage that a little bit. We had the conversations, but this is different than even with my 18-year-old experience coming up. So, we're younger, we're older, so we had pagers and cell phones. Teacher heard it or saw it, confiscated. It's with me.
You get it in 3 days.
In 3 days, right. Or detention, whatever it was. Is that not allowed anymore because of Lifeline purposes? Is that a thing?
Yeah, things are a little different now. You gotta dance around it.
Yeah, because they almost feel like the parents too don't really
help it. Like, how can I get in contact with my kid?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but society has also changed where we're dealing with school shootings and
I was gonna say that
parents are
which
dropping their
is-
kids off
yeah.
and feeling
I need to.
unsafe. Like we don't really know
Got it.
if our child's going to come home to us that day. So you have to take that into account. A lot of things have
Yeah.
just changed.
But it's not as simple.
It's
as,
not. It's really not. And like as a parent, I can understand why if my child does not have their cell phone on them throughout the day, if I can't track them, if I can't communicate with them, that makes me uneasy.
I just had an idea, but it's security and issues. The school itself, now again, it would have to take the approval from whatever, and it's almost like Big Brother. But at least the kid can focus on learning, and if the parent did need to come in contact with the kid, there was a way, I don't know, like a ping, or the kid just had something with them that their parent, something.
Like a
But
watch.
tech is all over the place. I just saw the Sphere in Las Vegas where they have the screen, the circular screen. Y'all know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
There's stuff like that going on. We can't figure out a better way for parents to reach their kids than personal cell
I
phones.
mean, I would think like maybe like a watch. or
Something, yeah.
That's
Like-
what my son has. He has the watch, and I'm able to track him. I mean, there are school systems like Central Falls, for example. They have a policy in place where they collect cell phones
Yep.
at the start of school. I believe they give the cell phones back during lunch, then they
Okay,
collect it
okay.
again. And what they've noticed by collecting cell phones is kids are paying attention.
You don't say.
Kids are collaborating and connecting. Yeah. Kids are fighting less because
Yes.
when they have access to their cell phones during school, they're recording each other, they're sending text messages, which is
Right.
starting fights in school.
So,
Right? So like fights have decreased significantly. There's positive results. They've also done this in Florida, I believe. So there are definitely positive results to it for sure. But yeah, like where's that happy medium where all right, you're
Yeah.
taking my kid's cell phone, but
What-
how can I
What grade? Like, is it high school or middle school?
Yeah, I believe it's high school. I could be wrong.
That's
It's
a-
not elementary, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
there
but
are
it's- I mean,
elementary kids who
obviously-
have cell
Yeah,
phones.
it's all right.
That
Because
is a real thing.
if I'm sending my child to school, I want them to learn without distractions. And I think kind of the issue that I have with the cell phone, and we're gonna switch it back to this other stuff, and social media thing is there are adults that act like they don't know the impact of this. And the importance of the kids focusing.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, big people, you're doing this wrong. Like instead of like finding ways to make sure they have it with them, let's get creative and think of something else because it's not helping.
It's not.
It's not helping.
It's definitely not helping.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I
it
was
doesn't help
distracted
in
enough
so
when
many
we were writing
areas.
letters to each other in school.
We definitely had that notebook.
we had a rhyme
yeah,
notebook
we had a
that we were.
notebook that we were back.
That was throwing me off enough.
You actually
If I had
right.
a phone, I would have graduated.
You are
I
absolutely correct.
remember when I was in, I think middle school or high school, I had a diary, and one of my really good friends, one of my church friends, she lived in Pawtucket, I lived in Cranston. So every week on Sunday, we would link up
Yeah,
and
and
exchange
there you go.
diaries. So I would
Yeah.
write to her all week because
See?
I couldn't talk to her over the phone.
Come on now.
Because, to call from Cranston to Pawtucket was expensive.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Been dinged several
I
times.
could not. And that's how we communicated.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah.
We need a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Not to
A
say we
little
need to
bit.
go all the way, but golly, all the time I just saw you, but hey, man, real quick, I just thought of something. Leave me alone for a second. I don't know. All right, back to it. Sorry. Thank you for that.
See, so again, Erica's here to tell us more about the Kids Entrepreneur. There's a fair coming up, correct?
Yes, there is. I'm
tell us.
excited.
Yeah.
Our fourth fair at the Waterfire Art Center. That was definitely my dream venue. It is a beautiful, beautiful space.
Where
on
is that?
Valley Street in Providence. So it's not the Waterfire
Right, I
in
was gonna say,
downtown
what's that?
Providence.
What? Okay.
It's a really beautiful building, and I'm super psyched. We have a lot of good things in store for this year's fair. We've leveled up. For sure. So we are offering, we're giving $10 out to the first 150 customers who show up.
Oh, wow.
So the fair starts at 11. So
Wow.
be in line on time.
And a good start time?
Yep. Get your $10 so that way you can support our mini entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We also have some community collaborators, like nonprofit organizations, who are going to be tabling at the event.
Awesome.
The intention around that is we're not the only organization out there supporting. There are so many others, and we want to make sure that we're connecting families,
Yeah.
not just our mini entrepreneurs, but community members to these organizations who are doing great work.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So there are like a variety of products that kids are making, and this year when I'm like reading through the list, I'm like, wow, those are some really cool creative ideas. So I'm excited to have y'all come.
And I will say, Bim, it's last year, if I remember correctly, I got a storybook that was very like interesting. I want to say it was Pedro the Penguin.
Yes, Pedro the Penguin is going to be there again, and he has a coloring book. He's 8, by the way. He just spoke for United Way.
Listen to that.
This
An
boy.
8-year-old spoke. Bim, I have to speak in a meeting. I'm like, oh God, mute until you ask me a question. But an 8-year-old is speaking.
8. He spoke. United Way had invited us to do like a mini presentation about the organization, and then I introduced Pedro. This boy gets up there. He's 8. So amazing. He's like, yeah, so at the fair every year, I'm developing on my skills.
Yeah.
I'm growing in at least one area every year at the
Isn't
fair.
that-
8 years old.
Yeah.
He literally said, I'm developing on my skills. And I was like,
Oh, you
Excuse me.
are, sir.
that's amazing.
Excuse me.
That's amazing.
You have your resume
Shout
behind
out,
you as well?
yeah, shout out to mom. Shout out to mom
man.
because she's
She's doing it.
Yeah,
They-
she's definitely super supportive of his ambitious
else was I-
ways.
There was Rocks. There was I want to say it was a good friend of ours. Bay's son was making
Okay.
Rocks trinkets. There's one of the kid was offering babysitting service. Now it sounds weird because he's a kid too, but
Well,
he's an
I
older
mean,
child
yeah.
and he has some adult help. But he did activities with the kids, so he was like, "Yo, parents, you want to shop? Leave your kid here."
Wow.
It's
Wow.
We have that again this year, which is
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
There's all, I wish I brought the list with me, but there's all different types. Some that come to my mind. We have one child making nail polish,
Ooh.
like
how
all natural nail polish,
How?
gel nail polish, which is
How?
amazing.
What do you mean? How?
Listen, I'm just excited to see
Girl.
that product. I really am. We've had kids authors of their own books,
Yeah.
informational coloring books. A lot of kids are artists.
This is impressive.
It
It's so
really
impressive.
is. There's
Man.
going to be kids customizing T-shirts live.
Yeah.
So they're bringing their own heat press and they have their designs
Dope,
and they're going to be
right?
customizing it
Dope.
live.
I don't even know how to do that. I don't
You see,
even know how to do
she's
that.
saying that. I'm like, man, why didn't we think about that?
Yeah.
Nope.
There's just so many. My son, I'm really proud of his products. He is 6, and last year he did customized crayons, but this year he has made his own herbal tea blends.
What?
He's
So my
6,
boy
dude.
is out here
What are you talking
blending chamomile and lavender and rosemary and peppermint and local honey, and
Yep.
I'm really excited because we drink tea a lot. He drinks tea like every day.
What?
I'm gonna have to talk to him. I
You're
need,
gonna-
I need some elderberry recipes. I'm not even lying. Elderberry is good for high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And I can use some.
Tea blends?
So yeah, I'm trying to teach him
Dope.
the importance of herbs
Dope.
and how healthy they are for you. So
This is something else.
And he's
man.
6.
yesterday we were working on it and he was like, I gotta taste my tea so to see if my customers will like it.
And you know what's hilarious? But like, I know you don't know her son. I know her son, and I can hear. His voice is, and he's such a great kid. He's such a like a spitball, not spitball, like a spitfire, fireball. Something like that. He's something spicy. Spicy
He's
nugget.
something spicy.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, there's a lot of great products that kids are creating. Custom socks.
Custom sauce.
Yeah, there's oh my goodness, there's so many. I'm like
Yeah.
drawing a blank because there's just so many.
How
but
does a family, a kid, go about being part of?
so we do a lot of, outreach. We've been tabling at a lot of different events to raise awareness. And if whoever's interested, they could just hop on our site, register through our website, reach out to me. I'm really good with being responsive to the community to support, but we're actively trying to get into schools also to raise awareness. So we've been promoting really heavily just to, because last year there were people who found out about it afterwards and they were like, I wish I knew. So we stepped our promotion game up this year for sure. We've been blessed to be able to do that. So yeah, really by word of mouth and through our promoting ways through schools and tabling at events and stuff.
What's the website?
Yeah.
It is. We got a new website. Super excited for that because the website we had did not fully reflect all of the programs that we offer. So our new site is www.M.E.R.I, M-E-R-I, kids.org.
Nice.
Yes. So we got like we rebranded our logo. We were the Mini Kids Entrepreneur Fair. Now we're the Mini Entrepreneurs of Rhode Island.
Nice. Oh, I like that.
So
Merry.
Merry,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
There's like,
all right.
there's
Okay,
so
okay.
much we could do with
Okay,
that.
okay.
Merry Holidays is coming up. There's so much we could do with that. I'm excited for
This
them.
goes like
Oh,
this.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on it.
Thank
That's
you.
huge.
How big is the team? Is it just you doing all of this?
I'm blessed. So I just transitioned. I was in the classroom up until June, so I'm now full time.
I was gonna say because this sounds like a lot.
It is. It is a lot. So I was running the organization while working full time for about 2 years. Yes. It was a lot. But this is the first year that we started after school programs.
Okay.
We did a summer camp for the second year this year. So it's been more intense this year, but I'm really blessed. I'm going to shout out my husband, Ty, because I couldn't do it without him. That's a
Behind every
fact.
strong woman
That's a
is a hubby saying anything you want, baby.
Yeah, where do you want this?
Where you want this,
I'll put
baby?
this here.
Where
How
you
big-
want?
how
It's,
big you
it's a
want?
little heavy. I just need to put it down.
Tell me what you want. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, but he's been dope, like really pushing me in my entrepreneurial journey because, there were things that I did not want to do, but I knew I needed to if I wanted to get the word out there. So, yes, myself full time, we have amazing entrepreneur coaches
Nice.
Good.
who run our after school programs. And, a couple other people. We've had a lot of people volunteer and just support.
Nice.
We've been volunteer based since we started, and we're starting to transition.
Yay.
Where does the after school program take place?
So this year, we're starting an after-school program. Well, we had 2 after-school programs with the YMCA in the spring. And now in the fall, we're at Highlander Charter School coming up in October. And then we're at the Gray School.
Nice.
Okay.
But having conversations with Central Falls District and Providence District to see if we can
Because there's a
support.
need.
There's
It
a
went
need.
from
Beep, bim.
that to
Yo,
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
doing the Lord's work.
man.
Yeah.
With kids.
With
And
kids.
It keeps
I don't
them
want to
busy.
do nothing.
It keeps them. Yo, man, it's to give the kid the confidence to do this on this level.
It really happened organically. Like
Yes,
none of this
yes.
was forced at all. It just one step after another, and I'm just really blessed that the community is responsive to it.
For sure, man.
Oh, you invest in the kids, yeah.
And I'm always shouting about as I see things from our childhood like go. What was the place? Fantasyland and
Oh,
They
yeah.
closed down,
Yeah,
right?
they closed down. I'm like, where are kids going? But at least there's stuff to do. At least it's not just jumping in ball pits. Pause. It's it's actually
Wordplay.
doing things
job.
because I don't know if when we were kids we had as many
No.
things like in this regard. Like there was certain science
Yeah.
stuff, but it was like not fun.
And it
wasn't fun.
It wasn't fun, and it was like our parents didn't know about it.
Sure didn't. Yeah, sure didn't.
They weren't checking for us, stuff like that. So definitely, this is an amazing thing. Definitely, if you are available October 12th, that's Saturday, correct?
Yes, it's a Saturday this year.
Yes. It's usually on a Sunday, but Saturday.
Yep.
I like Saturday too.
Yeah, we changed it to Saturday.
I like it. Definitely come out. It is from 11 to
11 to 1.
Excellent. So it's quick pop in. You get to see. You're gonna see a lot of people there.
Yes.
There's a lot of people running in and out. There's a lot of people that are big in the community. I could say like whenever we were there last year, I saw a slew of people that I haven't seen in forever, but so happy to see them.
I'm gonna try to go. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to bring the little ones, man.
Please
please.
do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try.
And I think that's like what's so beautiful about it, that even for the adults, there's people who haven't seen each other in so long, and they're coming together for such a good cause. And the energy and the vibration is just, it's felt. Like it's so felt at the fair. It's just such a dope experience. You leave on a high.
Can I also say
Yes.
that this is one of those events where you're going to see a lot of our black and brown children.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Children of all colors,
Absolutely.
but you're going to see black and brown
Yes.
businesses, and that's another beautiful thing about this.
Yes.
Damn right.
So,
Damn right.
Yes, you are, and
Yeah.
I am very proud of that.
Yes, as
Yeah,
you
we
should
are
be.
very proud of that for
as you should
sure.
be. Yeah.
So just to drop some stats.
Let's go.
All right.
So Rhode Island is ranked 16th worst in the United States for minority business owners.
Yeah. Well, there's some history there.
There is.
Yeah.
Before you go that way,
I know, you see me.
I saw you. You drifted off there.
And part like we're not giving out enough loans to support to sustain.
Like I personally know, I can probably think of 5 right now who move because they try to do certain businesses here.
And they just can't.
They just can't get
right.
it done. Yeah.
And there are reasons why, right? And like I hope to disrupt that starting at a really young age.
For sure.
But we have to change as a state and really support our BIPOC entrepreneurs and find a home for them here. I think Rhode Island is made up of like 31% are people of color, but only 10.1% are business owners.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's a disparity there.
Big time.
Like the math ain't mathin'.
Yeah.
So
we got to keep our people here. There's some folks from Rhode Island shining in other states that couldn't get stuff going here.
Stuff going here. Yeah. So hopefully we can. I mean, I know it comes from. They say it comes from higher up, but it really starts from the bottom up.
It starts with stuff that you're doing,
right?
Right, because it's homegrown already. What's the need to run somewhere else? And they got the internet, right? So they know how to work all of that. They can do whatever they need to do from here. Yeah.
There's like so much more vision that I have within the organization too. Like helping small businesses, kids at a young age become an LLC, supporting them with, financial growth. I want to bring in financial advisor. Like, what do you do with your money when you make it? Teaching our kids how to invest their money, teaching our adults how to. So it's not just the kids, but that I want to educate, but also educate parents along with their children.
I was going to ask where you saw it going, but
that's where I also see an entrepreneurship facility in the vision for sure, for youth, where you can just come and be connected to resources and equipment to create, and have entrepreneur coaches and mentors within the community, just to support children's businesses and help them sustain their business. Right. Because the fair is amazing. It's a beautiful experience. But for those kids who really want to venture out and do something with this, how do we help them sustain that? Yeah. I envision, like, instead of going to Target, you're hitting up one of our mini entrepreneurs. Instead of going to Walmart, instead of buying your party favor gifts there, like, contact our mini entrepreneurs, contact our entrepreneurs, support local business owners. Right. So...
It's essential. I could do this all day, Darren. This is my last one. Make sure it's my last one.
I got you.
The funding for everything, because I know it's a lot. So is that something that, like, grants that you have to apply for? Is it a relationship with?
Good question. So this is the first year that we started applying for grants, and we've received 9 grants this year.
Oh, wow. Very
blessed and grateful for that, for sure. And the grants definitely has supported with having free summer camp. The fair is an expense for sure, and we charge a very minimal fee to be a part of it. It's a $50 registration fee if you want to be a part of the fair. With that comes lunch.
Oh, wow. They feed y'all?
We listen, I'm Cape Verdean, so if there's one thing about me, I'm a feed people.
Shout
I
out
don't know how to
shout out my people.
So at lunch, a T-shirt for the mini entrepreneurs, a 6-foot table, 2 chairs, a professional photo, and a certificate of completion.
What?
So you're definitely getting what you pay for, even more.
Oh, man.
But the reason why I charge a registration fee is because I really want people to invest in their business. So I charge that, but there's also financial support if needed. Like, we've given out $2,100 in business scholarships for this fair alone. So we've definitely given out money to support, because we realize that it's expensive to kickstart. Right? So the business scholarships have been a huge success and a huge help to families from the feedback that I've gotten.
We met with Kobe Dennis a couple weeks ago. Shout out Kobe. And the conversations are kind of like aligning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's very community oriented.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, it's the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, right. You see it, right?
The school thing.
Yeah, the school thing.
Yeah.
And then also the summer camp thing.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things are tying together. I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel
good.
He is running for school committee.
Yes,
school board,
I did hear about that.
For Providence.
Yep.
And we were asking him, when you win, what are some things you want to implement?
Yep.
And he had a really good idea of being able to use school facilities during the summer for different programs.
Yes.
Because they sit vacant.
And some of
Yes.
the schools keep the lights on anyway.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So you pay, so might as well use
what
it.
are we doing?
That's what we were able to do this past summer.
Mm-hmm.
Our summer camp was held at Nathan Bishop Middle School
Right.
through Providence Public School District, and that was a really huge help.
Look at that.
It was.
Yeah.
It was beneficial,
my
and that's a
goodness.
great idea, and it's something that absolutely
Yeah,
we should be
just
doing
connects
more of.
And collaborate. That's what you
Yep.
said earlier.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This
This is
awesome.
good. I
Yeah,
feel good.
I like it. So definitely come on down October 12th. I will be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull up,
hopefully
man.
Ben pulls up
With the
and
twins.
maybe we can get Jen to.
Oh, I want to meet your
$10.
twins.
If I bring the twins, do we get $10?
Yeah,
each of
I
them?
love that question.
You don't have to use the advantage.
you gotta.
He's
walk
about
with
to
it
roll
done.
deep. He's about to come with 10 family members.
They're half Cape Verdean, so is I. You know what I mean?
We're not. I'm not with them.
Yeah. I don't know how to put it a different hat. You know, we're going to spend it there.
Listen, just the first 150 people. So, yeah, if you're coming, I mean, I can.
Come with my family of 7.
Get going,
Oh
go.
God. He came by himself. I'm not with him. I like it, but definitely it's a great event. You're supporting our kids. You're supporting our community. Come on down and take a peek.
What
Yes.
a cause. What a cause, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Appreciate y'all.
Erica.
Yes.
Did you hear about what happened in North Attleboro the other day?
Are you talking about the bulls
The Bulls.
that ran rapid?
Oh, that was real?
That was real. At first, I didn't believe it was real either. It was all over social media, and I'm like,
I
no,
was
that
looking for
can't
clues in
be
the background. I was trying to get a license
real.
plate. I'm doing this. I was like,
So
man, that's not here.
whatever happened to the bulls?
Okay,
Please
so-
tell me they
so
were
I'm-
lost but then found.
So,
Oh my God.
8 bulls escaped from the one-day rodeo at Emerald Square Mall. Why is it at Emerald Square Mall? I don't
There's
know.
nothing but
Were
highway
they?
around.
They must have had an event, right?
I don't know.
Were they?
Rodeo.
They brought in all these bulls.
They had a rodeo, right? That's what it said?
I
They
guess
had
so.
something.
Why?
I guess at the mall.
Okay, if you're not from Rhode Island or the surrounding area, this mall isn't in some open area.
It's not. It's off the highway.
There's highway all around the
All around it.
This closing down mall, like this almost half empty mall.
60% capacity.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
They should have let them run
No one
inside the
goes
mall.
there. No one goes there, right?
No one goes
so
there.
they said they got out somehow Sunday afternoon. 7 other bulls were captured within hours. 6 of them were found about 3 miles away in a neighborhood on Prescott Street.
Oh,
Damn,
those bulls
what?
are fast.
No one was hurt, but 1 bull remained loose.
So
That-
one's missing still?
No, they caught it, but
Oh.
it took them like all day to catch it.
Wow.
They finally caught the last one in the evening time.
Yo, imagine all the resources. They had to turn on all the cameras. They had to, hey, you're getting a call at the city switchboard. We need access to cameras. 5, 6, 7. Why? There's a bull on the loose.
There's mad bulls.
What?
Yeah, that was.
You mean like Chicago Bulls? No. Like,
Not doubles, bulls. Bulls.
That was wild. I'm
Crazy.
just really glad no one got hurt.
Seriously.
I'm really glad.
I couldn't imagine
That was the
just
first thought that came to
being
my
in the
head.
mall and then bulls.
And that clip looks so ridiculous. I thought it wasn't real. Like I thought it was from somewhere else. Why is
Exactly.
that happening there? They was just jumping over
Yeah.
fences.
Yep.
Like what? I can't.
That was interesting.
And why you at Emerald Square Mall?
Why are you there?
What are you doing?
You shouldn't be there. You should be at the kids entrepreneur thing.
You should.
You shouldn't be at the mall.
The mall.
I guarantee that won't happen at the fair.
Nope.
No, I don't think we'll be having any bulls at the fair.
I guarantee
There's no
that won't.
service involving bulls at the fair.
Yo, I saw Ruben posted that. I was like, oh, this is fake. Get out of here. That didn't
Because
happen.
it looks fake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It looks like AI and or like an old clip from back in
I
the day.
don't know if it's offensive. I was like, this has to be like Mexico or something. Why are bulls in this parking lot? Why? That can't be Rhode Island. That can't be Rhode Island.
You're not supposed to say that.
When have you ever seen bulls in a parking lot, Darren? In this state?
Is it Tejas?
Oh my goodness.
You're an idiot.
Thankfully, all the bulls were returned. No one was hurt. Yay.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
A little bit of Rhode Island news for you.
Oh my goodness.
Anything?
If
else?
there's damage, real quick, if one of those bulls
He's still at
scraped your caddy, right?
Oh.
Who's responsible? right? And if they were like 3 miles away, imagine what may or may not have happened all
Well,
the way
let's
along
just
there.
hope you have insurance.
They're not gonna believe
Explain
you.
it.
They're
To
not gonna
Geico.
believe you.
Tell Geico.
Explain.
Tell Geico what
I've
happened.
had to put in a claim lately, and you go through the form online, and you're like, okay, my car, and there's damage to the outside. What happened, huh? Bull. Period.
Insert file. You got click from Instagram.
I guarantee you that claim of justice is like, no,
No.
do not. You're lying.
I call bull.
Ah,
I waited the whole time. Like,
good job.
He
good
couldn't
job.
wait to
Good job. That
drop
was a good one. No,
I was
that
waiting
good.
for it.
That was good. In other Rhode Island news, and I got to bring down the mood a little bit.
Where you headed? What direction you going in?
Not a great direction.
I
Especially when it
I
comes
could
to-
feel it from your tone.
Yeah, because especially when
Please,
we,
I want to leave here with happy
we'll get there.
thoughts.
We'll leave you on a good note. We'll leave you up here. So the Haitian community was set ablaze a couple weeks ago.
Oh, darn. I don't want, okay, I got to move the mic.
Because it's crazy, right? It was found that a person that was a supervisor in a DHS office was arrested and is facing federal charges for misuse of SNAP benefits. Now, what they found after monitoring this person for a year was that they were issuing food stamp cards to themselves in other people's names. And
Oh,
then
wow.
using those benefits. They arrested her and they arrested her daughter. And in the year that they have monitored these two, they racked up and used about $191,000 in food stamp
Ridiculous.
money.
Wow.
They're facing those charges. They're facing identity theft.
Yep. I
And
didn't
it's
hear about this one.
Crazy.
I did not hear about this one.
It's at the Haitian community.
Now,
Because
Oh, that's why I didn't hear about it.
I'm not in the Haitian community, but he is. So when he told me, I said, girl, what?
oh man,
From Rhode Island?
Yes.
from Rhode Island, this happened in Rhode Island.
Oh, wow.
And this person.
Oh, boy.
People's-
Darren's so messy.
No, I didn't say names. And this is news. This is not Haitian
Yeah, it's
gossip.
the other family that did it, not that one.
It was me. This person is a well-known figure in the Haitian community. I don't want to say like
okay.
she's like up there or anything like that, but just like it's one of those people that everybody knows. Like
You know somebody that knows her.
Yes, I get it.
Everybody
I
knows
get
her.
it. Within
She's-
your culture. Yeah.
She's part of multiple circles,
Yep.
and cool person as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
But just did this thing, took advantage of the system
For a whole year.
They've been watching her for a year.
They've been watching and finally.
So-
Yeah.
So it may have been longer.
she was
No,
doing
no.
this for longer than a
They
year.
believe she's been doing it for the past 4 years.
Wow.
Now that you may be saying that, now, man, Darren, you really know a lot about this. Well, because like I said, the Haitian community was set ablaze, and when the affidavit came out, I said, we must go through. I've never read an affidavit in my life. I'm not.
You just needed to know.
needed to
right?
know.
Like
Now I'm not saying
he could not mentally rest until he knew who
That's
in the
Darren.
Haitian
we were
community.
That's
set
Darren,
up.
yeah.
When I tell you, when I found out, I was at the gym, and I have my little Haitian circle. Shout out to the crew, and I had to spend 45 minutes working out on the phone with my friend that we both know her, and we had to just dog like a lot of like was like, can you believe?
Yeah, it's
Can you
it's
imagine?
the amount is crazy.
Yeah.
And federal charges?
Yeah.
man.
And when
Yeah.
I say detailed, Bim, I'm sorry to cut you off, Erica.
No,
but
no, you're good.
I have to explain because again, I've never read affidavit. An example, they would say this number is registered to this person. This number called the tracking line
Oh my goodness.
to see how much of the benefits on the card. It would call that number at this time of day on this day for this card.
Wow.
This card belongs to this person who is currently in jail,
Oh no.
right?
Oh.
This person is currently in jail, but this number is accessing their card. Now, this card was used in this store.
How do you track all that?
Feds. Feds.
It was used in this store at this time. Here is picture. Here is video. And also, if you look, there is 16 more cards on said person.
Fam.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And they did this for a year.
For a whole, well, possibly longer.
4
right.
years, yeah.
4 years.
So they went and listed out everything. And like I said,
So if they had stopped 2 years ago, they would have been good.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Who knows? Now, for me, I'm like,
Maybe
man,
the feds don't get involved.
Maybe. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, I can understand it where, you like, it's like, oh, I'm going to take this quarter and nobody's going to see it.
I'm real hungry.
But when you keep doing
When you
it
do it, oh, I'm gonna take
repeatedly,
Right.
And you
That's
think you're getting
what-
away, and then you get sloppy, and then because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, nobody cares. And it reminded me of the conversation we had about money's not real.
It's
not
not
real.
real, and when you realize that, you use it the way it's supposed to be used.
Uh-huh.
These people love money too much.
Yeah, that's
you start
unfortunate.
ruining families
Yo.
and all of that stuff.
And that's another thing that the Haitian community is set ablaze of, because I can understand if it was just you. I can understand if it was just you and your daughter. I can understand if it was just you, your daughter, and your son. But there are your other family members that are distraught and broken over this.
Ah, man. I can't imagine my mom getting... My mother? My mom?
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I wish her the best. Nosy Darren wants to know why you did it.
My mind was going there.
Why you did this. I just want to
Yeah.
know why.
Probably had her
Just
reasons,
be
not
honest with me.
justifying it at all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, what were the underlying
Yeah.
reasons? Your starting point?
Is it
Like,
just because you could? I get it if it's just because you
you
could.
needed to? Like, what were?
And I had said that. I said, if life has handed you the card where you're like, your back is against the wall, you can't
Mm-hmm.
feed your family, you're starving, and you had to do this, I get it. Robin Hood.
But even then, it's like a one, maybe two and done. There's something else.
This is crazy.
There's something else. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Haitian community was set ablaze. It's still set ablaze. It's smoldered a little bit.
It hasn't really
It
calmed
hasn't-
down.
It hasn't calmed down. But I hope the best for her.
Yeah.
However it ends up, I hope that you come out this on top.
Money's fake, y'all.
It's fake.
Come on, man.
It's not supposed to do that.
It's not that serious.
Set ablaze, Erica. Ablaze.
I'm hearing it.
It was.
Wow.
Oh.
It's not that serious, people. It's just money, man. It's just money. Come on. There's homeless people happy as hell somewhere.
Okay.
I see a lot of them in Vegas. They just chilling. They ain't got no money. They chilling though.
They funny. Now they getting to be funny on the side of the
Now
road.
they can be funny.
The guy was holding the sign. His sign was upside down the other day. I asked him for money, and I was like, you gotta turn it around, sir. And then he goes, and then he literally turned around. Like, no, your sign, not you, sir. Like, they're funny.
Did he have the music?
I had to give him money. Hey, here's $2.
You just-
It was so funny.
You know, I have always said though, they at least got to do something to step up their game. If you want to earn, there's a guy over there, and there's a guy over
Look
there.
at her face. She's so disappointed in you.
Think about it. Think about
They
it.
have
so
to step up their
disappointed.
game on the side of the road.
Do something.
Yo, one guy around my way, he always has a dog with him. Ditch the dog, man. Ditch the
I'll
dog.
make the dog do a trick.
The
Or
dog
make
might
the
be
dog
their
do a trick.
Make
companion.
the dog come get the money from me.
So, because I seen him receive food from somebody and then give it to the dog.
Oh.
The dogs need to eat.
Of course.
Dogs need to eat.
Sir, you don't need a dog. You're making bad decisions still.
No, dogs are companionship for people.
Here's the thing. Train the dog, right? So at the light, then you do the little
Yeah, dude.
twirl around,
And then
and
when
then
somebody puts
you
out
will
the
make
window-
so much monies. Many monies.
If I hold out $1 and your dog comes like, dog.
Like the little monkeys in Thailand. Yeah, man, just do that.
Don't judge us, please.
No, I'm not.
We're
There's
good
no
people.
judgment here at
We're
all.
good people.
Because I've been
I
seeing
believe
the
y'all are
homeless.
good people.
In Florida, you go there, the guy does the trick with the cigarette. Boom, boom, boom. You give him $1. That was good.
We tend to give out food instead of money. So like my son, anytime he sees a homeless person, his heart aches.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he always just wants to give everything he has. But I tell him, as much as we want to help, we can't afford to give every single homeless person we see money. So our solution is we need to really like live up to this. But if there's food in our car, we give it.
Oh,
But we
wow.
talked about like buying bottles of water and snacks just to keep in the car.
Gotcha. I was going to say, wait,
And
you
then
mean
be
like
able
you're
to
giving like your lunch? Or
No, like if we have it, but
it's like, I just got this burger. I can't.
yeah.
I like just I'm
That happened to my husband a couple weeks ago. He had just gotten this burger, and
Stop
then and he gave up his burger. But
Oh,
you know
wow.
what? When you
can
do
get
good,
another.
Well, that's
good
why y'all are
comes to
blessed the way you're
you.
blessed. That's why y'all
Yeah.
blessed the way you're
Good
blessed.
comes.
for
You
real.
have to do good because it
It's
just
true.
circles right back to you.
That's real.
True.
I wish Jen was here to talk about her story.
I don't.
When she
I'm
gave,
kind of happy she did.
yeah, 'cause she gave food, right?
She did.
And the guy
And
was
the guy was
happy.
like, no, I
The
don't
guy
want
wasn't
this.
happy. Jeez.
You can't please them all.
Can't. You literally cannot please them all.
I
That's
think- I
not
think
what
about-
he. That's not what he wanted.
If I remember, the guy said, well, what am I going to do with this?
What did
Poor
his
guy.
sign say?
No, no.
He didn't even have a sign. She shouldn't have given him anything. He wasn't dancing. He didn't do anything. She should have just walked on by. See?
He wasn't dancing. He's really looking for a whole performance from.
I mean,
Because you know what? I do give. I'm just joking. I
I
give.
know.
I do give. But
you do.
we do like to be entertained at the same time. So if you're not a juggle, oh my God, I'm so bored at the red light. If he just start, bro, what I got on me, man? You got it all, dog. Something.
He
no,
said,
I
"I'm
mean,
so bored at the red light."
I mean,
you go to other places, they selling oranges or something.
they work for it.
Yeah.
And this sounds so bad. This sounds like
You
a-
guys,
I don't know.
I
I
told
just, a little something.
I warned you about this before you came. I did. Okay, we got to get off that because it's only gonna get worse. I want to give you guys the space to act or talk about anything too, because I got 2 more things that are just problematic.
I think you're on a roll. You
Yay.
should just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, so a friend of mine, shout out to Stacy,
Here.
she sent me a quick interview on a podcast. The podcast is called Diary of a CEO. And he was sitting down with a doctor, can't remember her name, and she was talking about husbands, if you want to get a better grasp of your relationship with your wife, track her period.
Huh? Huh? What?
Keep talking.
He said, she now said, you know, she said she was talking to a guy, and the guy was saying something about his wife, and she said, oh, what day on her cycle is she at? And he was like, I don't know. Bim. Now
Hold on. Let the man finish.
No, I'm here.
I had the
face.
same reaction. I was like, what do you, does it matter? Cool.
I don't even remember my last movement. Guys,
Please,
my bad.
please, right? So of course the guy said, I know, and she said, there's a lot of power in knowing what day your wife's cycle is on, where she is, and you know how to navigate things. And then she proceeds to kind of outline, day 1 to 3, she's just started, and leave her alone. Like she's, and then the doctor also explained like the hormone part of it.
Of
like,
course. Yes.
there's days, I don't remember. I have notes there. Literally, if you look on my desk,
I'm like, trying to hear how he's gonna explain this.
it doesn't sound right.
No, it does not sound right coming from
the way he's supposed
you.
to
He's like,
prepare.
and done, and the
look-
hormones.
I'm very tempted to get, because I don't want to give you
You
the sauce.
need your facts.
No, I don't want to give you
Because-
the sauce.
Give the sauce.
Okay, hold on.
Give the sauce.
I
man.
I need to know what your facts say. 'Cause I
you
gotta
know me.
fact check you right
You know
now.
me. I'm like ready to. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness.
me.
No, I'm open right
Tell
now.
us your source again. Where is it from?
I don't Diary of a CEO.
Diary of a CEO.
And
Okay.
the doctor.
A doctor of what?
I don't know.
Yeah, because we don't know what kind of doctor
She's
Phil is.
She's
see?
a dentistry doctor. Dr. Pelz. That's her last name.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember her first name. And you can see like this is work notes.
Okay.
And then
Then you got distracted.
ovulation notes. Okay. So she said day 1 to 3 is when the first day of the cycle, the period begins, and things are happening. Let her be.
Yeah.
Right. I
Things
understand.
are happening.
I
let
said,
her
okay,
be.
cool. She said,
Do you know what kind of things are happening?
Yeah, the uterine lining. I know I'm saying.
Yeah,
it
it's
right.
like disintegrating and coming out. Yeah. All of that.
disintegrating.
The walls are crumbling. Yeah,
Yes.
all of that.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
It's washing away.
Right,
all
but
things.
other than the things coming out, we're dealing with hormonal changes.
Yes.
We're dealing with
she didn't really
cramps
say
and
that.
different symptoms.
Yes, she didn't.
And
say
there's a
what it was.
whole boatload of symptoms that we deal with.
Exactly.
And let me just say, it's also before days 1 to 3.
I feel like I'm treading. Like,
wow,
I'm-
Keep
Keep
know I
going.
did this.
Keep going.
Jen ain't here. What you doing?
because it's fun. Why not?
It's not just on day 1 to
Yeah,
3.
you're
It
correct, but
comes
let me
bef-
get through the cycle
the
first.
symptoms come before.
Let me
This
get
is why we stay
you-
out of their business,
you-
Darren.
you-
You messed up.
You just missed the pre-symptoms.
Listen,
you got right into.
But I have to get through the cycle.
Okay, I'm
first.
gonna
it's
let
not our
you do it.
business.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Listen, I didn't ask for this.
As women, we endure the pre-symptoms before the actual
You are correct.
period shows.
You
But
are correct.
Go ahead.
But that's like day 27, 21 to 28 is those things happening.
Yes, we can get symptoms.
So I started at the top of the
You
cycle.
started at the top.
Yeah,
I got you.
I know you're at the top.
Yeah.
For you. I get it. Don't be mad at me.
See, for me
She's
in
gonna
my
invite
mind,
me to the mini fair.
it really starts because like I'll know when it's coming because I'll get symptoms days before it even comes.
Right.
So that's the starting point for me.
You're correct.
But it's just I got you.
But what if your husband also knew?
My husband does know.
Okay.
Because I communicate that to him.
Boom.
Good
That's
job.
where I was gonna lean.
Good job.
It works
Yes.
for me when
Yeah.
she just tells me.
Okay.
It's just hey, let me know
So
what's
cool.
going on.
Like he also can read me, so he'll say,
Yeah.
"You all right?" And I'll say, "I'm just off because my period's gonna come in a few days," and then he knows,
Boom.
and
So
he's
I
like,
I
"All
also-
right."
Isn't it rude for us to say that?
That's the other
What
thing
do
I was
you
gonna
mean?
go to. Not my
Like,
business.
like if I okay.
What you about to say? What you mean?
No.
Oh.
I would never say such a thing. But isn't it rude or like not acceptable if I was like, you in period starting? If I see you acting weird as your partner, right?
That's why, Darren, we just mind our business.
I don't. Again, this was said
So
to
by
me.
you saying that, it's like you're calling out our
and how dare you?
behavior.
Again, I didn't say that.
See,
I didn't say that.
we get scared. That's why we don't know what to do.
I
You
don't.
gotta
I
just
feel like I'm gonna get. She's not gonna come back.
scared, see?
Yeah, I'm very scared. Erica,
Keep going though.
without
I'm
me.
curious.
Okay, so it's my sheet.
Especially-
I gotta walk around the house with. Cara was gonna punch me in the face. So and then it said. Then she said day 3 to day 13, estrogen is building back up.
Yes.
And she said any conflicts you have is a good time to resolve them because estrogen is building. They are not. I don't want to say they like you are monkeys or something like that, but like she said, they are willing to talk and discuss and resolve things, right? And then they said, okay, day 12 to 15, ovulation is happening. It's a great time because libido's high, and there's a surge of testosterone.
This doctor's gonna get somebody punched in the head. Let me tell you something. Not everybody communicates well, okay? So if somebody go to his wife with a cheat sheet, talk about, hey, what day are you at? Because I really got something. I really got something that I need to talk to you about, but I just want to get the right day. If you can just point.
But hold up, not every woman's period operates on a 28-day cycle.
Hey, Darren, point to the doneness of your period so I can know where. How pink is it? Let me see.
It
can't do that.
It depends on the woman, to be honest, because some women don't get their periods for months.
Right.
I agree.
Some don't, but still get symptoms. Like every woman's body is
I
different.
completely agree.
So,
And
but
again, I don't think she was saying
this
like,
is based on an average.
Yeah,
Right.
And I don't think she was saying like, this is the cheat sheet, fella. I think she was just saying like, you know your partner and you know their highs and lows as they know yours and stuff like that. I just found this interesting.
Yeah, because this methodology, it does require training. Like,
Right.
It's not
just
natural
one
for us. So and knowing your partner this is a lot for somebody to try to digest, and that's going to cause some problems
Yeah.
for some people.
Listen again.
Is the list done though?
No. There's more.
I'm not even sure if I want to hear them. Go ahead.
Not my words. Not my words.
No, you're just advocating for this.
No, I'm not
doctor.
even advocating for it.
You're really trying to get her message across.
I'm just saying because you know what? Because I said there's no way that it works this way.
Somebody's going to get punched in the head.
Yeah, there's no way because in my stupid head I think like if me and Clarabelle are like getting into it and I go
Right.
okay,
We're not just going to know. You got to like
Okay,
verify.
so here's what I will say. On average, the information that they're sharing is not false.
okay,
Okay?
Yeah.
It's not. We do our hormones shift and we go through certain symptoms. Like our period comes in like 4 different stages.
Indeed.
So we do go through different stages. However, I think it's a little crazy for your husband to track it without your
God bless
wife or spouse communicating it.
Right.
That just seems like a lot. I track mine on my phone so I know when it's coming.
But that's
Every
you.
woman's
That's for
body,
you.
that's for me. So
Right.
I know my cycle, right? Every woman's body is different. There are some, like I said, who don't get symptoms at all. Some women are on birth control, and birth control
yeah.
is really known to mask your symptoms. So, like, if you're not on birth control, then that means that your symptoms are probably like letting loose, like they're a little crazier than what they should be. But again, everybody's different. So, what I've just gotten used to doing with my husband, and I didn't do this in the beginning of our relationship. It took me a while to get to that point. I'm just open, and I just tell him.
Yeah.
And when he knows when I'm off and why I'm off, and when I communicate that with him, now
like,
he
oh,
moves a different way
Absolutely.
because he's aware, right?
And you've communicated.
And I've communicated that with him. But he also is receptive and accepts it. And
Gotta
he's
be both
understanding
ways.
that, like hormones literally drive your entire like being.
Yeah.
And we all have hormones. Women deal with a whole bunch of.
A lot.
You want to say it for me?
I
Because
can't even.
you're the cusser, right?
Oh yeah. A lot
Okay.
of bullshit. I can't even deal with one me. Imagine if like you feel like
yeah.
completely different. God
What
bless.
we deal with, y'all will just never understand.
And we were talking about it on Sunday. Just how much better you guys are because you guys are so
We
much
are
more
better,
considerate.
thank you.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
I
that.
listen.
Yeah, it's a fact.
This is just this. I
I'm
don't
just
want to make it
kidding.
sound
We're
like I was like-
all God's creatures. We're all great.
No,
Amen.
but you're still better.
He's married.
Yeah, and
you gotta let that fly.
I can say that. But I will say I was in listening to this because I know I'm very forgetful. So I was like, okay, not that I want to write this down so that I can go to compare notes, but it was like, okay, she said this, she said this, she said, okay, cool, got it. I understand that it's not the same and it's different for everybody. I just think I am logical, so I like to go, oh, okay, like this is. Let's see if this makes any sense. Right. Cool. You're right, Bim. She's gonna get this.
Yes.
She's gonna get this lady punched.
Yes.
Because again, as stupid me goes, like the day that something is happening and like you're usually when me and the wife are on different levels and I don't understand it, I'll say like, oh, like your energy seems a little off. Like, you okay? And she does the same for me. What I also add is she also said for men, it's very different. For us, it's our hormone changes every about 15 minutes, and it's usually black or white. It's usually on or off.
Yes.
And I was like, that's
Every 15 minutes.
Not that frequently though.
oh, that's what she said.
That's
Well,
frequent.
as a man, it's
Don't raise your hand.
and if it's black or white, it's probably like white, mad long, black,
Yeah, man.
and it'd be like,
and then back
did
to
I
it.
leave the garage door open? Anyways,
Yeah.
right back to it.
Exactly. Yeah, just the differences in men and women.
So interesting.
I found it very interesting. Just to say like, oh, okay, cool. I will also add that this doctor is a white lady, and I thought that was very different because culturally we're all very different from white people.
Yeah.
So I was like, you could say that, but there's a very big difference.
I mean, the education piece around it, I think, is important.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
And what she's saying, like, there's facts to that for sure.
Yeah.
The first 1 to 3, then your libido, estrogen rate. That is all of that is very true, but it's different for every woman.
Right. And then she said, towards the week before the period starts is progesterone is coming back in, and that kind of levels you guys down, and you're feeling like a little lower, and that's like the time to give a lot of love.
Yes. Yeah.
And I said, okay,
It's crazy.
That's interesting. That's
And
cool.
it's so I hate it because you feel like you have no control over your feelings.
Yeah.
And you have to work harder
to just maintain the status quo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You just have to work harder at it.
I could tell you got good marriage, yo. I could tell.
I do.
I could tell y'all work at it.
They work very well.
I could tell.
We
Yeah,
do.
They work
We
very
do.
well with each other. I've seen them in action, and it's really good.
It
Because
is.
when me and my wife got there, because initially I'm like, I don't want to hear that, but
It helps.
The
It
paper.
helps to know.
without the paper, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
It becomes
right.
more like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when she says, "Hey," then I know how to move, or I know
you
what's
have
going
to
on.
be understanding, and you have to validate
Right,
your
right.
spouse's feelings, even if you don't fully get it. Like, you just have to validation is so important in a relationship. And we just validate each other.
Yeah.
Like, I may not understand what you're going through, I may not agree with what you're going through, but I hear you
Word.
and I'm listening to you, and we're communicating. That, oh my gosh, communication is so key.
Darren, I know you poo-poo it, and a lot of it's
It
your fault, my
is
friend.
literally
But when
key.
you get there, whoa.
How long have you guys been together? Married?
We're going to be going on 7 years next week, I think.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
7 years married and almost 14 years together.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a secret.
Whew.
I ask everybody. I've been
I
making a point to
know.
ask everybody.
You know, like for us, like I don't really know if there's a secret, but one thing I can say about my relationship is I feel like it gets better as we get older.
Facts.
Like I thoroughly enjoy him so much more as we age. Like we both just hit our 40s. And you know, we've been together since I was like 26 years old.
Wow.
And you know, we went through our 30s together. Our 30s was like really building, married, kids, house, all of that. And now we're like, we've always enjoyed each other's time, but we're just like building even stronger together, like in unison. Like everything has just merged. At first, it's like me and you, and like I bring my 50 and you bring your 50. And now it's like, I'll bring 70, you bring 30 one day. And then
Right.
I bring 90, you bring. It's
Right.
like whatever we can bring, we bring. But like, we're just growing together, and it's just so much more. It's like a healthy relationship. But we're super supportive of each other. Like,
As you should be.
yeah,
Supportive.
super supportive. Yeah, I'm like communication and being able to have those tough conversations
Yeah.
when you don't want to hear that you're wrong, or you
Yeah.
don't want to hear what your spouse has to
real.
say
Yeah,
that like is gonna hit you. You gotta be able to hear it. You really do. Tough conversations. You cannot run from that at all. You can't bury it.
Yeah, I say out loud a lot. I'm Nigerian, so there's just certain stuff like, at least me, I don't hold a grudge. And if I know, so I'll just tell her, like, even if we got a little tension, say, I love you anyways. I'm gonna love you in the morning still. So, you know.
And that does that diffuse
A
everything?
little bit. Yeah, I'm still gonna love you.
Yeah.
You know, we can, you know, but at the end of the day, I know I'm here. Like
Yeah.
I am secure. I'm solid in this. It don't matter that this thing, whatever this thing was, it's just whatever. But I still love you, girl. Get over here.
That's good that you don't hold a grudge.
No.
That's important not to.
Yeah.
Does she?
Well, we both come a long way.
You both come a long
and
way.
that comes with going through things and seeing what holding on to certain things can do. Like for me, if I hold on to something that she did, and she's already apologized for it, like, what am I gaining, right?
Yeah.
Like, to make her feel bad or what? It doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
You know, I still love you at the end
Yeah.
of the day. When I said in front of my people, in front of God, that it's me and you, I meant that for real.
Yep.
So come on, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really important to not hold a grudge.
Yeah.
I was not that great in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'd be the one, I could not talk to you for 2 weeks.
Oh,
What's
damn.
up?
That's your man right there.
That was me. That was me. And like, that's not my husband. He's very opposite. And
We gonna talk about
I
it.
think that's why we've lasted this long.
Yeah, for sure. Because I did date people who are like that, where they would shut down or they'd be like, all right, whatever. And I would just, okay, go along with it.
Go
But
along with it.
when you you have to feel that way about who you're with. But when you really actually mean it, and it's like, hey, you're not going to not talk to me. You love me. Don't do that
Yes,
to me.
that-
Come here.
that's my husband,
Yeah,
right.
What are you doing to me?
Yeah.
You want me to feel like this girl? Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
You guys just passed an anniversary.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Thank
How
you.
long?
4 years.
Nice.
Married, 4 years married, and we're going on what? 11, 10, something like that.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
What's the secret for you?
So she's a biter. She listens too. I hate it when she tells me that she listened to what I told me. She like, you said your wife's not creative. I said, who said that about my wife? Who said that? Who said that? She said, you did on the podcast.
No,
what was the context?
That was Darren. Yeah.
What was the context?
We talking about making pancakes?
That was right. But it's simple to people, but I have to end the day with a good meal. And it's not just a good meal, it's like everything around a good meal, whether I'm making it or where I get it from. Because the day, whether it's good or bad or whatever, if you sit down with a good meal, hopefully good company, you can just decompress. I decompress with food and a decent TV show. And then she would notice that. So if I made a meal that I didn't like, I would throw it away and go somewhere that had good food and bring it home just so that I can end the day like that. So when we both started doing that together, forget about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
forget it. It
So
doesn't matter
that's
what
like
happened during the
your
day.
thing together.
Absolutely.
You guys end with a good meal and a good show.
Have to. At
That's
10
so
minutes after that, whoever could fall asleep, it doesn't matter. But as long as we enjoy the meal,
Yeah. And that was good.
Yeah.
we're good. Yeah.
That's dope.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah. Because, the kids did this and work. It's okay. Hey, that ribeye, was it cooked to perfection or not? That's it. That's what matters right now. That's what matters.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty insightful.
Yeah, but it has to be when all the stuff is done. We'll put the boys to bed and then take care of ourselves like that. But it allows the time for us to, just, yeah.
For you guys to get that quality time, which
Yeah.
is so important.
Even
in
just a
this
little bit. Come
crazy
scratch
world
my
that we
back a
live
little
in.
bit too. Go ahead. Thank you. All right. Yeah.
Now you making her work after that good meal?
After her foot rub and booty rub and all of that. Yeah, just give me a little scratch before you fall asleep. You know you fall asleep first. Come on.
Yeah, come on, hurry up. That was good.
What about you?
We are approaching 10 years,
Woo.
and I honestly don't.
You two are like a beautiful
know.
couple. I love you
you.
too.
The secret, I can't tell you what it is because I feel like I struggle with a lot of things every day. I will say,
Well, you
communication
make it look
does
so
help.
easy on the outside.
Yeah, y'all still
Well,
here.
I give her all the grace. She makes our things so much easier to do. Like we were saying on Sunday, she holds everything together really well. She gets everything moving. We work really well when we are working as a team for us. And I see that a lot of times, like, in the beginning, I wasn't much of a team player with certain things. Like, if I didn't want to do something or I was resistant or I didn't understand why we were doing something, I wasn't all for it.
Yep.
And it would just make things like a lot harder.
Yeah.
So working as a team has been really good. I would say the secret sauce would be, for me, is be vulnerable. And
That's a
Ooh-wee.
good
I'm
one.
not good
Ooh-wee.
at that at all.
Yeah, you have to
I'm
be.
terrible at that. And
Yeah.
I feel like when I finally get over myself and open up and be vulnerable, then things
Yep.
go better.
Yep. Because
So-
you're allowing her in.
Yeah.
And women need that. Like
Facts.
we need that from our men. Yep.
Yeah.
Being
yeah.
vulnerable, when our men are vulnerable with us,
Ugh, I hate it.
it is
But Aaron, you
so
gotta
it
do
is
it
so
more,
important.
dog.
I
Like
know.
we're
Do you cry?
nurturers.
Do you cry watching shows with her?
If I feel led to.
Yo, I'm not even lying. I think watching MasterChef and all them stupid shows I be crying at, we cry together during it. So I'll be sitting there and one joint will go. And I'm like, look at me, I'm being a little bitch. Right? And then I hear, and I'm like, here, it's okay.
It's your safe space, though.
You gotta do that.
That's
dog.
that's your safe space. You have to have a safe space with your partner for
Yeah.
sure,
I
and
I agree
that's
with you.
good. Yeah, that's how you're developing your bond.
Word.
Yeah.
By being vulnerable, and then like women, I mean, a lot of us
You
are
guys
just
are so good at it, though. You guys are so good at being
We're-
open.
We can't
We're-
compare though. That's the thing. Is they just it's like built in.
Yeah. You guys
Yeah.
are really good at
we're like natural born caretakers.
Yeah. Even with the kids I see.
Anybody can be a natural born caretaker, but we're very empathetic and
nurturing.
very nurturing. Yeah.
I see it. So like the other day, I was teasing Carter, not knowing that he was really upset about something.
Oh, was that at the birthday party?
No, that
Another
too.
incident?
Yes, yeah, because I'm not a good parent.
He's wild.
a couple
I was
days
like,
before that.
I'll beat up your daddy. What do you do to you?
It wasn't my. I didn't know.
Oh dear.
A couple of days prior to that, we were telling him to do something, and he was complaining about it. And I usually tease him. We tease each other. And I was like, "Oh, boo hoo!" And he yelled. He was like, "Don't do that to me!
Oh,
I don't
boy.
like it when you do that." And I was like,
Oh boy.
"Sit quiet."
He's right though.
Yeah, he was 100% correct. I didn't say nothing. I shut up. He went in his room and he started crying. And his mother went to go check on him and da-da-da. She come back out and she was like, "Are you going to go talk to him?" I was like, "For what?"
Oh, Darren.
No, because I'm sitting there like,
Darren.
you told me what's wrong. I shut up. What more is there to talk about?
You didn't
See,
watch all
you
them
gotta-
episodes of Family
yeah.
Matters to act like this.
You
right?
got to get to the underlying issue. You need to
Come on.
address the underlying issue.
You are
man.
absolutely correct. Again, I said she's the better one of the two of us, right? Again, being vulnerable, and I understood, and I, in the moment, yes, I should have gone and be like, "Hey, buddy, like, what it is," and at the party, not knowing what was going on, it was like, I think a lot of times for me, it's like, do what I'm telling you to do. I don't care about your emotion.
Gotcha.
Do what I'm telling you to do. I didn't ask you how you feel about it. Give me the ball.
Right.
And he gave me the ball, and I didn't even see him go have his little episode. And then, but his mother did, because his mother's so much better. And then she explained it to me, and I afterwards I was like, "Are you good?" And he was like, yeah, I'm all right. Okay, then you're good. Yes, Bim. I know he has to be better than me.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
But-
when he gets older,
The step is having that communication with
Right,
him,
right.
going back and talking about
And
that.
being vulnerable.
That has to come from our men.
right? Because I know you guys got nonverbal stuff.
Yeah.
Or kind of like
Yeah.
minimal verbal stuff.
Right.
But when he gets a little older, you'll see. You'll see. Me and Dylan,
Because
we done-
because then what ends up happening is they end up holding all of their
Right.
emotions inside
Right.
because they feel like they have to be strong. They have to portray themselves as strong boys who don't cry. But we have to teach our young boys
It's okay to feel.
it's okay to feel
the
like
balance. Yeah,
we
the
have
balance.
feelings,
Yeah.
right? And we have to be able to release those feelings in a healthy way. But you're a great dad, first of all.
Thank you.
Don't act like you're not, because you
Slam
are.
dunk, Dad.
But even great dads mess up from time to time, right?
And I do that often.
We
So
all
good at
do.
it. Yeah.
We all do mess up as parents. It's part of the game, for sure. But
I get better at it. But I think it's more a lot of times it's, again, for me it's like be vulnerable, get out of your head
Yep.
and get out of your heart and go be a human.
Yep.
Because our dads weren't like that with us. Yeah. So
But we gotta figure out. But it's like I treat it like cutting. Well, not cutting. That's not good. But feeling.
that cutting.
Feeling pain. Yeah, not that cutting. Sorry. But like the feeling of pain or a pinch or something. Remember we said we like to see when we get a shot.
Yeah.
You want to see it. You want to feel it.
Yeah.
So there's a certain actual like physical feeling when you submit and say I'm wrong. If you do it and then wait, you actually feel it.
yep.
So when you learn that feeling, it's actually tiny. It's like the smallest feeling, but it's the attachment of the thing and all the stuff we add
It's
to
so
it.
huge.
But when you get used to that feeling, it's like, hey man, I'm sorry. That feeling is still there, but it like gets absorbed by
Right.
all this other energy. Man, just it's there. Okay,
out.
yeah, I'm gonna feel it for a second, but I love you, dog. I'm sorry. I didn't
And
do
now
that.
you've released it.
Bam, it's gone.
And that's like the key piece is releasing those
it out.
feelings. They can't be stored within you
Yeah.
because that's going to create a lot of tension physically and emotionally and mentally.
And that was me. You know, I used to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's me. It just happens
So it's
in
like
different ways.
teaching our kids at a really young age,
Yeah.
like how do you cope? How do you channel your emotions in a way that's healthy?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and that's huge. And I will say, to tack on to that, your husband is doing something really, really good in that realm of men supporting men.
yes, he is.
He has that group. That
Yeah, he's got a men's group. He's gonna turn it into a nonprofit organization. So he does like monthly men meetups.
Yeah, what's it called? MOV. I know that, but-
MOV, Men
Men
of Value.
Men of Value.
Yeah,
Yes.
Men of Value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all are reaching acronyms.
Yeah, I love that acronym.
Mary
I
and
love that
Move.
acronym,
Mary-
man.
I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
He had
'Cause it
an
sticks in your head.
He had an
Yeah.
event at. Did you go to that event at CIC?
Every time he has an event, I
you
literally
got something
every time
going
I'm
on.
busy.
Yeah. There'll be another one.
Yeah, and he says that, and like he sent the invitation for another one. I'm busy that day.
Yeah. There's still more to come though.
I
We're
know,
we're
I
here. We're
know.
here for a while.
Yeah,
We
I
living
know.
for a while longer. Just getting Move is just getting started. But it was a really powerful and impactful event. He had like 45 or 50 men come together and talk about vulnerability.
Yeah.
He had said that he kind of opened it up to the panel to just speak on some vulnerabilities, but not thinking that anybody would step outside of their comfort zone and speak.
Yeah.
And there were men just like
Yeah.
raising their hands and coming out and really sharing some stories, which helped other men open up.
Right, yeah.
And it was just this forum of men just speaking on their personal vulnerabilities. And that was, he was like, that
Powerful.
was
Yeah.
really, really powerful.
Yeah.
So,
It's,
yeah.
and it's something that I will say, I'll start here. It's something that I can do much better at. I actually had a friend reach out to me and just was like, can I talk to you for a second? I'm just dealing with this, da-da-da-da-da. And I had to stop and go like, thank you for just reaching out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I know I'm terrible at reaching out. And just for you to recognize like, hey, I need help. I don't want to be alone in this.
That's dope.
And reaching out, it's amazing. So,
Yep.
Absolutely.
yeah. So we need to do that more as
Yeah.
men. I need to do that more. Speaking
Well,
of
you're
myself.
probably trying to unlearn a lot.
Yeah. Erica, have you met my therapist?
No, but
I-
you know, it comes from somewhere, right? And it
It
has to do
does.
with our upbringing. So it's our job to unlearn that so we don't pass that on to our kids.
And I will say, I look to you a lot in my head. I never tell you.
You don't tell me
No,
nothing.
because like sometimes you do something that mentally is really healthy that I'm like, man, how does he do that?
What you mean?
Like, so I'm a very big person on like, I may not want to do something. I may not want to come to your event, but if you invite me, I'll go begrudgingly and I'll be okay that I go. Bim will actively say, nah, that's my day off. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere.
He has boundaries.
He has boundaries.
I
Got
like
to.
that.
And I have no boundaries. I will say no and scream in my head, and then I will show up and be there. And I forgot what it was that we had going on. And
right. Yeah,
on Monday we were going on to the radio on Monday. It was like a holiday. And we were like, oh yeah, Bim, you want to come to it? And he was like, nah, it's my day off. I'm not doing anything. And I was like,
Good
yo,
for
so
you, though.
you're not doing anything. You're home. You can come, but you're not gonna come.
Mental health
Well,
day. He needs.
I did have stuff to do, but it would have been a Tetris thing, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna do radio, and then after that, I'm gonna go do this, and then that.
And it would have led
The
to
boys
burnout.
ain't sleeping.
The
boys ain't sleeping.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him, I was
Yeah.
like, man, like I envy you because I feel like I can't say no.
You
to a
don't
lot
know
of
how
things.
to.
I don't know how to say unless it's like even when I like. Even if I double book myself, I'm like, well, okay, all right, maybe if I can do this, or maybe if I can get there early, I'll try to figure it out because I just don't want to say no and let down a person.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And like trying to understand why are we conditioned that way.
Why?
It comes from somewhere.
I was like that a little, not as much, because the group was select. But until I got married, then I had to manage my time better because I know how I can be. Because we'll fix stuff for people. A friend will say, "Hey, Bim, can you help me mount a TV?" Then it'll turn into these other things, and I'm there for 2.5, 3 hours. I got a wife at home. I have to
disappear.
learn how to start saying no. And
Yep.
then the twins came. I'll forget about it. I'm
Yep.
not going anything.
But no, but it's
Yeah.
I don't know if they. And I think back to Ted Lasso. I don't know that you know how mentally healthy that is.
No, it is because I would do what you would do before.
Yeah.
I would try to squeeze so many things in, and I would do it until I physically felt tired.
Terrible,
Yes.
yeah.
And I said, I have to stop doing this.
You
This
have
is-
to
yeah,
because it's not healthy at
good.
all.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot better at it though, especially now that I've entered my 40s.
Hey,
It's
welcome
the
to the club.
decade of it's all about me,
Yeah.
me,
Gotcha.
me,
Yeah,
me,
Maya.
me.
Gotcha. Otherwise, you're going to have a health problem. Gotcha.
Exactly.
You got to think differently.
Yeah, once you hit 40, life definitely hits differently. But you have to set boundaries, and you have to set boundaries to model that for your kids too.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah.
Everything I'm doing
Yeah.
now is intentional. I'm like, all right, how am I going to model for my kids? We live in an overworked country as is.
Come on now.
It's absolutely insane. Ah,
Yeah.
But
Completely agree.
Another conversation.
that's
We're
a
gonna have you
whole
back.
nother
We're gonna have you back.
conversation.
We're gonna have you
That
back.
is a whole
Yeah.
other
She
conversation.
on my wave,
isn't
man.
it?
I like
Yay.
this.
Jeez.
Yeah, so let's wrap it up. Again, Miss Erica, thank you for joining us.
Woo!
Tell us
Thank
one
you
more
for
time.
having me. Thank you for having
Us.
me.
It's
Yeah,
the whole
Yes,
it's on the
yes.
it's part of it.
Yes.
Tell us one more time about the event and where we could find you and stuff like that.
So the Mini Kids Entrepreneur Fair coming up Saturday, October 12th at the Waterfire Art Center. I believe the address is, I hope I'm right, 475 Valley Street in Providence from 11 to 1. And we are giving out $10. I mean, we're giving out $10 to the first 150 people who show up at the door to support our mini entrepreneurs and purchase some products or service that they created for their business. And if you would like to find us, we have a new beautiful website, www.merikids.org. That's MERIKIDS.org.
Yay.
Beautifully said.
Make sure you follow them on social media as well.
Yes,
Oh, there's
please.
social media?
There is social media. I'm going to end up changing the name, but right now it's Mini Kids
Kids, yeah.
Entrepreneur. And I know entrepreneur is a very complex English word.
So hard.
So just type in
hard.
Mini Kids. I promise you
It'll
the
pop up.
entrepreneur part will just pop up.
We'll definitely share it on our page. On Instagram, it's PLSDELTHIS. On Twitter, the same handle. On Facebook and YouTube is the Please Leave This Podcast. And we'll definitely put that up on our website as well.
Thank you.
PLSDELTHS.com. Make sure you listen to us on Mondays at WBRU at 1 o'clock with DJ Franchise.
I can't believe we're on the radio. So
We
weird.
didn't even mention that Jen's not here.
I was going to say, Darren, are you keeping this like tucked?
I mean, I know Jen's very private. share her business.
Yo, Jen ain't here. Mind your business.
She ain't here, but she'll be here next week.
Okay.
She'll be back next week, hopefully.
Stupid.
I hope you're having fun wherever you are. You know the dumb thing that she does? She's online. She puts up reels about where she is, but then she tags a place
She's
in
so
Rhode Island.
annoying.
She's
Yeah.
so
I think
annoying.
she tagged Emerald Square Mall.
Yeah, she did. She did. She's so annoying.
And there may have been goats in that video.
So annoying.
Goats.
I dislike Jen. You would love Jen if you met her. I'm pretty sure you have.
You're gonna
I
meet her.
think I might have met her at an event that you guys
Yeah,
had.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You're gonna see her again.
Yeah.
You guys should chop it up.
She's got good energy.
Yeah, she's crazy energy. But yeah, Erica, thank you so much for
Thank
joining us.
you,
We
thank
know
you.
it's very late. I told you you're gonna
Thank
be
you.
late.
Thank you.
I
Really
made it
appreciate
through though. I
Yeah,
hung
good
out to the
job.
end.
And I didn't even see you drinking the coffee.
Because I killed it before I got here.
Wonderful. Bim, anything else?
Nah, that be that, man. Be cool. Money's fake, and eat your vitamins.
Yeah, eat your vitamins, and don't, if you're gonna track your wife's period, don't let her know.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Later.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope it was worth the time. Sorry for the late.